And away we go. This is June 2024. It is the most recent test I've got. It is the June test from the summer in preparation for September's test. And in lieu of our hurricane day, we can't meet. So here is my attempt to send you home the video of it. Okay, if you need a copy of the test, you can look it up online or text me at my cell number. Are you ready? Distribute the A, which means give it to both. So that's 5a minus a squared. Then you distribute the minus 8, so that makes both of them change the sign when you distribute a minus. So what's left is the negative a squared minus 3a minus 48. Correct answer, C. Number 2, we're raising the rate 20%, so it's an $80 rate. Whenever I see 20%, I times it, and that's the raise. 80 times 0.2 on your calculator, 16. That's how much we're going up. Careful, that was offered as an answer. Sneaky devils. It's J, 80 plus 16. Number 3 is distributing the 5. You could also use the, talked about in class, the alpha F3 button, which gets you to matrices. It was the first option on the thing. But most people could just see, you give the 5 to everybody. So timesing everybody on the inside by 5, you get choice E, 5, 10, 15, 20. We rolling. 4 should sound like deja vu, because it is. 30, 30, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you're 60. That's 240 for your total. Average or mean is always total. And you divide by 5, and the answer should be 48. H. We're rolling. Oops. Except that I messed up the page. Number 5, this is equation solver if you're bothered. Most people would just subtract the 3x from both sides and get minus 4x plus 6 is minus 10. Then subtract 6. It's minus 4x is negative 16 divided by negative 4. X is 4. Also, if you're an equation solver person, you could use math last. That's the equation solver, and we've been over that, how to put it in and hit F5 twice. What's next? My cell phone costs $25 a month, and it includes 100 minutes. For any minutes after that, I'm charged 10 cents a minute. So that's $25 plus, I used to call this problem cable guy, for 10 cents a minute over, huh? So I could call that M. Your bill is 25 plus 10 cents a minute. Now be careful, that's over 100 minutes. So you're actually going to get, when you solve that, you subtract 25, or equation solver, right? Divide by 0.1, and you get 80. So what is Fred here? He's 80 minutes over. Answer 100 plus 80. Thank goodness they didn't offer me the answer 80. I might have taken it, huh? Anytime ACT gives you a formula, they mean to stow it in. So, or get the answer and find the C. Here, they're asking for 13 degrees Celsius. So I'm just plugging in 13 here. You could have done 13 stow, C. The stow button would have, and then you could have just typed 9/5 C plus 32. So what is that? That's 9/5. I'm using my own calculator now. times 13 plus 32, and I'm getting 55.4. Answer D. Tells a story, number 8. What number, when added to 1/3, gives equals a sum that's equal to 1/4 and 1/6? So you could do that a number of ways. You could do this on your calculator. It would give you 5/12 when you added these two. So it's just 5/12 minus 1/3 is 1/12. Answer F. You could have used equation solver as well. 9's popular. It's what is the distance between T and the midpoint of RS. So the midpoint of RS is 3 each way. So the distance is 3 plus 20, 23. Easy problem, but the reading gets you. All right, what's this? For what year did the average consumption decrease the most? Kapow! It's going steady, boom, and there's the year, 2004 to 5, it plummeted. Answer G. After that, it looks like it went steady, down a little, but maybe a raise at the end there. Fenced along the perimeter means I have to add up all the sides. Now, what's the common mistake? I say it all in class. Make sure you're counting all 4 sides. So it's 600, 950, and the 950 is at 2.05 per meter. I get E 1947. So make sure when you do that perimeter, you don't do like me and forget to do all 4 sides. H equals, hey, ACT gave me a formula. So what is the height? 3 seconds. Well, that's 3 stow T. I would have just gone 3 stow X and plugged it in like that. Now you could type that. I would rather do it on the calculator. Remember, for these videos, I am without one. But the answer should be F66. Just plugging in 3 to the formula. Don't be scared when they give you a formula, y'all. It always means plug in either the answer to get the question or the question to get the answer. Median, we got to rank them. 4, 8, 14, 20, and 4. I love odd lists. Odd lists means there's too high and too low. Answer B, 8 is the median. Oh boy, what is this? Ratio proportion, huh? So BC, that's 4, represents 90 feet. So 4 on the figure is 90 feet. So what is DE? Well, DE is 5. So 4 is 90 feet. 5 will give me what? It's a ratio proportion. So you just cross multiply. 4x is 450. You divide by 4, and that 112.5 is looking good there. Hey, this is the exact question off the last test. This is the third angle is 180 minus the other 2. I get 85. These two have to add up to 180. So it's 180 minus 85. This angle is 95. Answer C. The number A is positive and even, and the number B is negative and odd. So what's that? A is like positive and even, and A is negative and odd. So since we're A minus B, since B is negative, we're adding, So the answer is going to be positive, huh? Because it's a positive minus a number. So it's definitely positive, and it's also definitely odd G. They love number theory type problems like that. The perimeter is 32. That means all four sides add up, all three sides add up to, so 10 and 10 is 20. So the third side has to be 12. In an isosceles, it's broken up even into 6 and 6. Anybody know this Pythagorean theorem? 6 squared plus question mark squared is 10 squared. There's your A, there's your B, there's your C, and many people recognize it. It's also a program. You could use the program called leg, and what do you enter? 10 is the hypotenuse, 6 is the leg. Answer D. 18, everybody's going to cancel, huh? So what's happening? You add the exponents at the top, and anything over itself is 1. Huh? So I'm rolling. I'm up to number 19. It's closest to the AC. I'm doing a video for both. Mm-mm. Closer to me. Mm-mm. No. So here we go. We're going to continue here with Chief Sokotoa. So what angle do we want to find? Right here. So we want to use the opposite, and we want to use the hypotenuse. So the sine of the missing angle is 8 over 12. And for those that know the calculator well, they know they have to hit second sine because you're looking for the angle. Shouldn't cause any confusion because they all have second sine by it. So she's going to make it for 225 and sell it for 405. Thank goodness. That means she'll make a profit of the subtraction, huh? So what's that, $1.80? So how many will she need to sell to make a profit of $81? So it's 81 divided by the profit she does each time. So it's 81 divided by 180. I get 45, answer K. Gee, this is a broken record by now. You plug in -3 for G, and you get -3 squared. A lot of people don't know that's in parentheses. That's 7. Then you take the 7 and plug it into F, and there's your answer, 31. Answer D. By the way, the STO works great. I would go -3 STO x, then type x squared minus 2, and it'll give you the answer 7. Then I go 7 STO x, and then I type in F. That series will get you the answer directly. This is peculiar. I haven't seen this in a while. They want 2z plus w. So you could type this in exactly as it appears. You have it on your calculator. It's 8 plus 10i plus 3 plus 7i. That's 11 plus 17i. The answer would be J. And all that is a direct plug-in. Remember, I is second decimal. This one was peculiar. We're going to buy meat and chicken for a party, and we've got $90 to spend. Beef is $3 per pound, and chicken is $2 per pound. So 3 beefs plus 2 chickens has to equal 90? Not really equal. It has to be under my budget. I can't spend more, so it's less than or equal to 90. I did this by intercepts. I said if B was 0, C would be 45. And if C were 0, B would be 30. So I looked at the beef intersection of 30, and then I looked at the chicken intersection of 45. And why are we not shading this way? Because if we bought 80 pounds of beef and 80 pounds of chicken, we'd be spending a whole lot more. The fact that it's less means we have to shade under the line. So I think it's G for the answer. Well, it's equal length, so every piece is the same. So it certainly could be 36, huh? Because 36 would make two equal pieces of 36. Can it be 16? No, because it doesn't go in evenly. So the answer is D, 16. Okay. By the way, you could do one. One would be 72 pieces. You could do a half, because dividing by half is timesing by 2, also 16ths. What's this? Shift rules, huh? So the vertex is left 1, up 81. So it's way the heck up here. Now that's also the axis of symmetry of the parabola. So if one intersection is -4, that's 1, 2, 3 units to the left. So we also go 1, 2, 3 units to the right. It's at 2, 0. That's all based on the symmetry of the parabola. What fraction? I always translate times 4 1/4 is 2 1/8. So you end up getting 2 1/8 divided by 4 1/4. Gee, I haven't done this in a while. That would be 17/8. You could do all this in fracca. Over 17/4. When I flip this, I get 4 over 17. The 17s mercifully cancel, and I get 4 over 8 mathifracca, which gives me B. Gee whiz, I'm tired of doing this problem. It happens every day. As usual, the answer is C. The least number, remainder of 4, when you divide by 6. So 22 divided by 6 does give me 3 with a remainder of 4, but 22 divided by 7 is only a remainder of 1. So you just go through the list, since it says least, 22 don't work, 33 don't work, 40 will work. All right, it's a 9-mile relay, huh? 3-person relay. Joe's going to jog his 3 miles at 4 miles per hour. So 4 miles in 1 hour means he's going to run 3 miles in X minutes. 4X is 180. X is 45 minutes. So Joe is 45 minutes. Tom is a little faster. He's going to go at 5 miles an hour. I'm cheating. So 5x is 180. 180 divided by 5 gives me 36 minutes. And then 6 miles an hour would be 30 minutes. I'm skipping the step. 6x is 180. So add all those up, and you get 66 plus 45. I get 111 minutes. Now, to change that to this, I would subtract 60 until I can't subtract 60 no more, and that gives me 1 hour and 51 minutes, answer C. Two fractions are indicated on the number line. Which is the fraction done to P? So that's weird. I have to count how many shifts this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in 8 movements, I go from 5/4 to 1/4 backwards is 1. So each of the 8 movements is 1/8. So this is 1/4 plus an eighth, 2 eighths, 3 eighths, 4 eighths, 5 eighths, 6 eighths, 7 eighths, 8 eighths. Got me? So the answer is for P is 5/4 minus 1/8, which is 9 eighths. Answer E. Little number work there. Fraction work. The smallest clockwise rotation to get you where you are, since there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 around, 360 divided by 5, 72. They like that style of question, and it has to do with 360 degrees in a circle. Greatest slope. This was a tough one for some people. You got to know your math. The slope is the number next to the x, so this has a slope of 8. This is y equals 0x plus 15, so the slope is 0. Here you could use your slope program, which would be rise over run. This one's kind of small. It would be 5 over 10, and this one would be negative 6 over 3. And this last one would be another slope program that would be 4, 5 minus 1 over 0 minus minus 1. The biggest one by far is B, 8. Ooh, they like this one. I'm going to turn this one sideways on you because I want to drop an altitude and a base. Well, the base is how far it is from here to here. You could use the distance program, but I wouldn't. It's just 10 down, huh? It's 12 minus 2. You're starting at 12 and going down to 2, and then the altitude is just the movement from 10 to 8. It's just the x movement too. So you could use area of triangle or use the formula 1/2 the altitude times the base. The answer is G10. They love that question. I don't think I've seen it much with y'all. Okay. These bother me. Every one of them is false. My goofball self, I'll just see a true one and call that. F of x decreases for all x greater than 0. So that's here. After greater than 0, it's going down the whole time. That's true. F of x decreases for all x less than 0. Well, if you're less than 0, you're over here, and it's going down the whole time. Horizontal asymptote at y is 0. Yeah, huh? Vertical. Yeah, huh? And an x-intercept would mean there's a point at 0, 0. It's avoiding that like the plague. So the answer is E. Oh, Lord, what's this? You either respond, are you studying enough? So it looks like the no on 11th grade, which they left out, is 75. So it's 65x 75 56 out of 267. The fact that it's out of 267 means that 267 is the total. So what did I do? I take 267, and I minus 65, I minus 75, and I minus 56, and that gives me the x of 71. I know what you're saying. Oh yeah, that sounded easy. I struggled to read that. Remember, by the time I do this video, I've been supercharged. So I'm kind of cheating when I sound so sure. The area of the circle modeled by the top of the lampshade, well, that's a radius of 3, so I would use my area of circle program, and that gives me 9 pi. The bottom has a radius of 4, so this is the top, this is the bottom, so 16 pi. So what's the ratio? 9 pi to 16 pi. The pi's nicely cancel and give me 9 to 16. So we must select one print design and one color scheme. So where are the print designs? She offers 4 and 4. So it's like getting dressed, huh? I have 5 shirts, 4 pants, and 3 ties. So how many ways can I get dressed? You times them. So what do I have? One print design, one color scheme, and one fabric, burlap, linen, or silk. So that's 3. So the answer is easy. It's K. 4 times 4 times 3 is 48. Huh? When it's rotated about the vertical symmetry line, what will it form? This was hard for me. I'm not the best spatially in the world. The vertical symmetry line is this. Huh? So what am I looking at? Just pretend it's flat, and that's 2 equal sides and bases that are unequal. It looks like an isosceles trapezoid to me. Choice E. Huh? In that order. So K's here, L's here. This is the classic overlap, I bet. Km is 15. Ln is 26. And the whole thing is 32. So 15 and 26 don't make sense. That makes 41. That's how much bigger? That's the overlap. So if you overlap, this would be 9, huh? And so I had to keep reading. L is 0, so M is 9G. Huh? See the overlap? When this becomes 9, 15 minus 9 is 6, and 26 minus 9 is 17. You can now add all 3 of these to get 32. So we see that overlap in many different ways where you subtract to get the overlap of the 2. This is shaded. The shaded is always the whole rectangle minus the donut hole on the inside. They try to fool you with some offerings, but the whole rectangle is C times D, and the little rectangle is E times F. Answer, C, CD minus EF. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Rectangles are shown. Which of the following is true? Well, you have to do the rectangular pyramid. We're doing volume, so volume is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So the first one would be 1/3 times the area of the base would be 12 over x times x. 12 over x times x is the area of the base, times the height, which is 12. The x's cancel, and you would get 144 over 3. Help me with that, Mr. Calculator. 144 divided by 3 is 48. Second one would be 12. The 1/3 area of base, that stands for area times the height. So the area of the base is 12 times 12 over x, right? That's 12. Wait, I'm wrong. It's 12 times x. My mistake there. I think it's just going to cancel out. But let me correct it. So it's 1/3 12 times x times the height is 12 over x. The x's cancel, and you're 144 over 3 again. Huh? So the two areas, much to my surprise, are equal. So this is that thing again. I have 249 songs in my universe. 64 are mixes, 85 are hip hop, and there's an overlap. Of the hip hop songs, 25 are remixes. So you take that 25 and you subtract it. That means 60 are hip hop, not remixes. And 64 minus 25, oh, my math is so terrible. I need a calculator. 39 are remixes, but not hip hop. So this is again an example where you subtract. So that's 39 plus 25 plus 60. That's 124 songs. So how many are neither? That means they're outside this universe. So you subtract, and it should give you C 125. Problem's coming up a lot, isn't it? The first one's x squared minus 2x. I distribute the x. The second one, I don't distribute nothing. So it ends up with x squared minus 3x plus 2. That's a trin fact. So you can factor by trin fact. It'll do it for you. I'm expert math teacher at factoring. It's x minus 2, x minus 1. But trin fact would have done it for you. You just hit 1, negative 3, and 2. And I think the answer is K. One of the dirtiest tricks in the math book is multiplying by the LCD. So AB will kill all the fractions in the fraction. So the first one is 2B, 2A, and the last one is 3. So that, factor out the 2, huh? And it's right here, answer D. Almost fooled me. First number is the time in hours, and the second number is the distance, huh? So the first number, let's just say I go 3 hours and it's 60 miles. So you would divide this 60 by 3 to get 20 miles an hour, huh? I'm just making that up so it makes sense to me. So the first one, A, is 1 divided by 0.25, and that's a speed of 4. The second one is 0.5 divided by 0.2, that's 2.5. third one is 3.5. D is 8 divided a half, that's 16. And the last one is 9 divided by 3/4, which is 12. Check me on that. 9 divided by 0.75, I get 12. So what are they asking? Which of these ordered pairs is less than 4 miles an hour? So who's less than 4? It's just these two, huh? So the answer is G. Divide and compare. What the heck is this? Oh, this is probability. So the probability that it will land in the middle is the size of the middle over the total. Now the middle's easy. It's a square, 4 by 4. The total is also a square, and watch out, it's 3 and 3 and 4. It's 10 by 10, 100. So the answer is 16 over 100. Matha fracca. And that's D, 4 out of 25. It reduces. Hey, hey, hey. Math class today. 80 and 40 is 120. That makes this 60. The law of sine says the sine of 60 is to 110. I'm looking for this, so I go opposite. As the sine of 40 is to x. It's this ratio here. It's the easiest ratio to learn ever. Sine of an angle is to the opposite side. Cross multiply. X sine 60 is 110 sine 40. And you divide by sine of 60, and there she is. It is F, I think. Straight into log base. You go to your calculator, it's under math log base. It'll give you this, gang, with holes there. You hit 5 and 25, and you'll get it. The answer is 2, because it's 5 to what power is 25? Easy cheesy. Okay, the square root of 420 is 20.49. I have trouble with this. The greatest whole number less than that is 20. And the square root of 56 is 7.48. We want the least number that is greater. So isn't that 7? Wait. Oh, look at me reading it wrong. It's greater, so it's 8. So there you go. I missed one right there in the reading. So you're in good company when you do it. Just be careful. I knew to be careful, though. I knew right away that I was like, all right, which way to go? The product of two real numbers is a non-zero, so which cannot happen? A rational number. So both numbers are irrational. That ain't it, because you can have irrational square root of 2 times square root of 2, and it would work out even. Both numbers are rational. That's not true, because 3 times 4 is 12. Integers is fine. It's the last one. You can't have an irrational times a rational to get a rational. So E ain't happening. That's the right answer. Right answer is the wrong answer. All right, this is all periodic. Do you see what's going on? We're going la-di-da through this cycle, and then here is when we start it over again. So the period, the time is 9 seconds. So it's how many periods are in 60 minutes. So So it's 60 minutes is an hour, huh? And 60 seconds. So it's 3,600 seconds in an hour. You've heard that before, huh? 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 60 times 60 seconds in an hour. So it's 3,600 divided by 9, and the answer is 400 periods in an hour. 51 seconds. So this is 9. It's also 18. I'm doing the period. 27, 36, 45. So at 45 seconds, y'all, we'll be right here. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. You can see I have no pride. I'm counting it all out. And the answer is 50 gallons at that time. Huh? So it looks like a D, 50 gallons. So a second tank, in terms of gallons moved over time, it behaves the same way as the other. One of the functions represents the volume in gallons of water after t seconds. So if the above is V of t, and the same behavior, but what? It starts with 30 gallons in it. So all it is, to me, is what? Let's see. Why am I not getting F? So the first one starts with 20 gallons. Oh, it's the second tank. Oh, so it has 30. We only have in ours 20. So he's starting here at 30. He's always 10 taller. So as he moves through the period, he's always 10. I'd have missed that one. I'd have just put 30 because they were adding 30, and that's wrong. You had to do more analysis. Oh well, it happens. We tagged 32 bass. That's 32 are tagged. And the next day, we caught 60 bass, of which 9 were tagged. So you want to keep your tag with the tag. So 32 are tagged out of the whole lake, and I caught 9 tagged out of 60. So for these proportions to hold, you have to cross multiply and divide, and you should get C 213. So it's 60 times 32 is 9x. 60 times 32 is that. You divide by 9. The x coordinate of the point of A, well, we want the x coordinate, so we want them solved for x, huh? So what's going on here? The first one, x is y squared minus 8. I just move the 8 over. And the next one, x is y plus 3 over 3, huh? What am I doing wrong? I'm doing it in terms of y, huh? So I would want to, I want answers that have x in it. not y, so I'm solving for the wrong dang thing. So instead, I want to solve for y, and I'll square root this one. So square root of x plus 8 has to equal 3x minus 3, right? And then what happens from there is when we square it, we should be getting the plus answer. So what is this going on here? This is 56. The answer is K. Oh, I already got it. Just setting them equal. The first three elements are a pattern. Each element is small squares that are 8 millimeters wide. So, so this is, what is the area of the fourth element? So it's 30, each one is 8. So isn't it? Oh, that's this one is 32 by 32. The next one will have 5, huh? So it'll have 5 squares across, up and down. So it'll be 5 times 8, 40 by 40. So that would be 40 times 40, 1,600 square millimeters. Now, how much is a centimeter? A millimeter is a tenth of a centimeter. So we would kill it by not only dividing by 10, but doing it twice. So it'd be by 10 and 10. So you would do the divide by 10 twice and get the answer 16. Once I saw this, it's metric. So the metric system keeps the system going. Huh? What's this? This is that overlap, I think, again. Let's see. There's 23 shirts. The probability that a long sleeve is 13 of them, huh? And white is 8 out of 23, huh? So there's 8. And then the probability is 3. So you take the 3 and subtract it again. So there are 10 that are long sleeve and not white, and there are 5 that are white and not long sleeve. So what's the not? 10, 13, 18, there are 5 that are neither nor, but the answer is what's the chance that it's one or the other or both is the addition of these. So this is a repeat question, y'all. It's 18. 10 plus 3 plus 5. In an ellipse, it's not A or B. That would change the center. The x radius is 8. So the x stretch is 8. That means you got to go 64 underneath. And the y stretch is 5. That means you got to go 25 underneath. And that's the ellipse. A circle has the same number underneath both, so it has an r squared out here. So that's how you do an ellipse for the ACT. You put the stretch 8 underneath as 8 squared. What I did here is I subtracted A. Negative B's got to be greater than B. Divide by negative 1, and that means that, same exact thing. So B, for this to be true, doesn't B have to be negative? The negative number is never greater than the positive number unless the B is negative. So I can't really say what A is. A cancels, so it doesn't do anything. So it's just the negative number, because this will only happen when the B is a negative number. That's all, folks. That's the June test. Hope you can learn from these videos. It's also a key for all the answers if you want to take a picture and check it. So take a picture with your phone of the page and send it to somebody. 50 minutes.